Go for it.
Good morning, everybody. For those who don't know me, my name is James Bronius. I'm one of the Bronius tribe. I'm the eldest son. For those who do know me, sorry I couldn't see you guys personally, but I wanted to express my love in some way. Hopefully, next time I'm home, I'll be able to give everybody a nice big bear hug. But I just want to say thank you for your support. Thank you for the packages that I received when I was on the ship out in the Middle East this year. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you just for your nonstop support. And I want to just express that to you guys personally. This is about as personal as I can get right now with all you guys. So just I look forward to your continued support from myself and everyone I've worked with. Just thank you guys very much. Keep you guys in my prayers as I know I've been in y'all's prayers.
What
Thank you.
branch of the service are you in, James?
Oh, I'm in the Navy. So right now I'm stationed in Fallon, Nevada, but I've been stationed in San Diego as well. I spent 3 years in Japan.
What is it that you do in the Navy?
I am an aviation ordnanceman. So I handle the bombs, the missiles, the guns. In the past, I've loaded missiles and bombs on jets, and I've loaded 50 cals and M240s onto helicopters for defense.
Tell us a little bit about the church that you go to in Fallon, Nevada.
The church I'm going to right now in Fallon, Nevada is the Church of the Nazarene. It's a very small church. Kind of reminds you of someplace, doesn't it? But we have a few more people. We have a few more.
Really? How many people are there?
There's usually, oh, you guys did grow. Maybe not. There's usually about 120 people who show up there. There's about, I want to say, 15 are little ones, so about waist high for me. But there's actually a lot of young families there. There's, as most churches, a large percentage of that is the elderly. And then most of the folks are between like 40 and 60. And then unfortunately, most church between 20 and 30. There's a large deficit of people there.
And tell us about how they worship and how your faith is growing.
How they worship is quite different than us. The worship is still performed the same way, but there's a handful of things that are different. They don't do passing of the plates. There's a box in the back of the sanctuary, and they're like, hey, if you feel driven to tithe, it's there for you, but we're not going to force you into it. At any point during the service, during the worship, you can come up. There's altars all at the front, and there's a communion table at the front, so you can take and eat as you feel driven. There's candles on the left if you want to light a prayer candle. There's a picture frame on the right that you can put little prayer notes like we have the prayer cards here. So it's done slightly different over there. And the biggest differences that I'm enjoying with the church is a lot more involving of Greek. They talk about the Greek quite frequently, how the word differs from English, and how there's a deeper meaning than we sometimes take when we're just reading through it.
Are there any particular families that have welcomed you into the church?
All of them. Specifically, the Craries. There's Nathan Crary, who's the father. There's Rachel, and God bless me if I can get the kids right. There's Asa. There's Asher. There's Aria, and I can never get the other girl's name. There's another A name. And there's the Sprouts. There's Tim, but everybody calls him Chad for some reason. I can't for the life of me figure out why. You've got Nicole and their kids. I haven't seen them in a little while. There's Benjamin, Samuel, Moses, and Aubrey.
And how have they welcomed you?
I've come over to their house. Nicole made me a wonderful pecan and caramel pie. I've been over to Nathan's. I've only been over to each of their house once, but so far I've gone to the men's study with them. I've gone over to watch Nathan's boy Ace's basketball game, and they're all homeschooled, so they're still kind of go to the school that way. But I got to watch their game, and they're the fellows I find every Sunday.
To close, could you just pray for your church out in Nevada and pray for our church here?
Absolutely. Dear Lord, thank you that we could all still be here for the time being, even though it's a time of separation. Just thank you that we have the means to communicate with each other, whether it's video, whether it's phones, whether it's text messages, Lord. Thank you that we are able to still be a community, even though we are not together physically, Lord. Please be with the members of this church. Please be with the members of my church out in Nevada, just especially since the larger portion of the population of a church generally is a more older group, just especially them holding your hands, Lord. Protect them from this fear, from this fright, even if we are blowing it a bit more out of proportions than it needs to be, Lord. Just help us to work past this. Thank you for these opportunities that you've been presenting to us, Lord, and just help us move on throughout the day. In your name, amen.